Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Stamping A to Z, a series that was started 43 episodes ago. It goes through all of our Stampin' Up! Products and what's available and how to use them, maybe things that you have no idea what to do with, or maybe you want to see new ways on using them and be re-inspired. So I hope that you like my videos, and if you do, please share with your friends. I would love to grow our crafting community and share with as many people as we can. So today, like I said, is episode 43. We are going to be looking at the Playful alphabet today. This is a die set that can be found in our annual catalog. It is on page 165, and this is the alphabet, and as you can see, there's multiple of popular letters that you normally need more than one, so a lot of times you can punch out your word all in one go without having to do, multiple P's, multiple whatever. So it's kind of nice that way. So yeah, we're gonna play with this. I'm also gonna kind of play on last week where we looked at stepping things up. So I'm kind of taking this in a new twist, and I'm going to show you how to step up the actual lettering stuff. So first we're just going to start with the basic lettering. And I just wanted, it's basic, but black on black's not good. So this is just basic black cardstock. And then I added the foam adhesive sheets. They come in little square sheets. Of course, I didn't write down the page that they're on. They can be found in our annual catalog. You just peel and stick them on. So you could cut like a whole square of black or whatever you need and just cut it down to size. I'm just going to cut a couple of these, and then I'll show you. This one's a pretty simple thing, so I just wanted to show you how easily it cuts, even with the adhesive sheet on there. This is our little mini, our mini boss, not big boss. I'm used to saying big boss. I just thought it's easier, it fits in the camera better. So I'm just gonna do a Z and a exclamation point. So I just have my sandwich that's needed for a regular die. It doesn't matter that it's thicker. You just have to use a little bit more muscle power. You could run it through back and forth if you really wanted to cut through, but as you can see here, I just pulled the letters off, and the actual back of the sheet stayed on here, so it's kind of nice because it makes it easy to pull it out, especially this little exclamation point, because you have two separate pieces to it, so it's nice that you can just pull it off. If you have your Picket tool, which is my favorite tool of all, you can just peel it out and you have your Z, and as you can see, it's sticky on the back, so all you have to do is stick it down and it gives you dimension. So you can have like just your flat letter. This is stepping it up just one step. Oops. And here I wanted to show, so today my cards that I've made all come from sets from our celebration catalog, which goes till the end of September, so don't miss out if you haven't already gotten in on the fun. So these fun sheep and the little fence and even the clouds are from two products. For those of you that don't know what celebration is, I'm getting all crooked here. When it's running, when you purchase $60 worth of product, you can choose something for free. So these ones are both a $60 product purchase. So if you spend $120, you can get both the dies and the stamp set. If you purchase just $60, then you can choose one or the other, just depending on what your preference is. Or you can, over time, you've got till the end of September, you could put two separate orders if it's a budget thing, whatever. If you love them, get your hands on them because they're only here during celebration. So these ones are from here. They're just fun. So all I did was stamp the little sheep, and they're directly cut out. So these 3 sheep match these 3 dies. I'll show you the dies. And then there's the clouds and the fence. So you can have lots of fun with those. And then I just added my Z's and the exclamation point there. And this is also celebration paper. I forgot about that. Another piece. So this is from the free Delightfully Penned. So this goes with the hand penned suite that's in our annual catalog, but you can use it for anything, as you can see. Black and white, gray and white. It's useful for anything. So that's another free product you can get. It's 12 by 12 sheets, and there's 4 each of 3 double-sided designs. So yeah, it's always fun to get free stuff. So that's our simple playful alphabet. You can see how the letters are. Next, I'm going to show you how to step it up a notch. This is something I learned from another demonstrator. Her name's Melody Hyde. She kind of is the one that came up with this way of doing things. So I've pre-cut, sorry, just gotta get my letters. Okay, I've pre-cut my letters here, so it'd take less time. I did put adhesive sheet on the back of my cardstock so that I don't have to try and glue this down and make a mess. So here I've got welcome. Welcome to Stamping A to Z. I should have had that there when I started. Okay, then you'll need a ruler. I just have a little ruler. I can't find my nice, good ruler. The kids always steal my stuff. So anyways, you're going to start with your letter, and you just want to, again, where do I take a pic? I can't live without this thing. Maybe it's because I don't have nails, but I use this pretty much all the time. So I'm just going to make sure I have a straight line. I'm going to start with my W. And E. You don't want them too close, but you don't want too much space either. So you can see when you peel, it's so much easier when you have the adhesive sheets on there. It makes life, it's a little too close. It makes your life just so much easier. Oops. Okay. So that's why if you have a better ruler, like I have a metal one that has a nice cork grip on the bottom, makes it easier to make your ruler stay in place and not move on you when you're trying to I don't know why my O seems, is it me or does my O seem flat? Maybe I put it the wrong way. I tried it the other way, but it looked funny. If you're watching, let me know you're watching. It doesn't always tell me who is watching, so just give me a shout out, say hi. I love to have, so I'm not talking to myself, you know, or to the dogs, I guess. They're really good listeners. Not very exciting though. Okay, so obviously you can do any color onto any color background. You're gonna take, I don't know about you, but I had probably 5 or 6 of these compasses laying around my house after the kids have gone through all their math over the years. So I just stole one. This one isn't the best in that it moves a little bit. It's not too tight, but I'm gonna make do. So you're gonna want this spacing between the point and your pencil to be how much space you want to have of white showing in the end here. So maybe just a little bit less. And then you're just gonna take the point and you're gonna drag it. Oopsie, see, I'm not even doing a straight line. You're gonna drag it along. And okay, I'm getting stuck on I'm getting stuck on stuff. Hang on, let me cut this smaller just so it's easier to maneuver. Ah, hopefully that didn't move. Okay. And then when you're at, oops, I just moved it. Okay. When you're at the corner, if you just spin your paper, it gives you that nice rounded edge. And then you just want to go around each of the letters. You can give it a little bump there and a little bump here. And here we might have to come down. I'm just gonna go all, oops, obviously the shorter your word, you might want to start with a shorter word for the first time that you're doing this. It's a little bit finicky, but not too bad. If you have a good compass and a decent pencil, it actually is pretty good. This one just moves all the time. I had a better one that I found, but it takes like a special lead and I didn't have any, so we're using the finicky one here. Hopefully you can see my pencil marking. Oopsie. And you can, if you can see it, you'll see that I'm not, it's not like super precise and perfect, and that's okay because you're gonna fussy cut this in the end. And I don't know about you, but if you know me, oh, I moved. My fussy cutting is not the most accurate thing in the world. And you know what? This is handmade. It's never going to be like a computer. If you need it to be perfect, then, well, this is as perfect as it's going to get for, in terms of having it be even, except for unless you have a compass like mine that moves partway through. So now my bottom is going to be narrower, but that's okay. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that. I won't fussy cut this one. I'll do the next one because otherwise you guys are going to get bored with me. I will show you the finished cutout here. So I simply cut it out with my little snips. And then you just want to erase your lines. You want to have a good soft white eraser to erase your lines. And then you can't even see the lines when you're done. So this again is another, like I said, I used all the Celebration products. So this is the Feels Like Home stamp set, which is in our little catalog here. Here's the Feels Like Home. Again, it's a $60 freebie. So if you spend $60, you can choose this one if you like this one. It's a great one if you like to color. So I colored all of this with the blends. The other thing is I've added some brick The brick comes from a separate set. It comes from this welcoming window. You could freehand it though with your markers. I just was lazy and used some brick. So that's that one. I will do the next one and I'll cut it out for you. I just don't want to totally bore you. So we're stepping it up again. So like last week, we did some stepping up and we kind of got more and more fancy in our card. This week we're getting more and more fancy with our letters. So our cards are all somewhat fancy, but we're getting even fancier with our words and lettering. So here I've got Oh So Happy. I should have put this down ahead of time, but we don't have the magic of video today. So once again, oops, take your ruler. Okay, now I'm starting to wonder, oh, see the dots, I bet you that tells me which way to go with my O. Should have paid more attention. Okay, got my O here. And I'm going to line it up so that it's along the edge. That way I know I'm straight. And give myself enough room to cut. Hopefully everyone's back to school. If you've got kids, went well. It's nice to, it's kind of quiet, but in some ways it's nice to have the quiet. And then by partway through the day, I'm like, oh, this is too quiet. I miss the kids. Okay, so now I'm going to put my S. I'm going to try and go directly below. If you're really picky, you could get another ruler in here. You could draw a line down so you're bang on. I'm not being that picky. So this is just a fun way to bump up your lettering. The lettering is already kind of a stepped up way. And I mean, the lettering, the Playful alphabet's nice. It's nice to have an alphabet. It doesn't matter which alphabet. You could do this with any alphabet. But it's always nice to have an alphabet that's about this size, because then you can use it in scrapbooking and cards. And you can, you know, if you don't have a sentiment for what you want to say, you can just spell it out, which is nice. You don't always have the word that you want. So with this, you can just put anything. This one is, I believe it's Calypso Coral that I have used. Oh my goodness. I'm having troubles today. Okay. See if we can, the other ones were already peeling on their own, so they were easier. But, okay. And then if you really want to, I don't have one done, but if you really wanted to step up this version, you could have used different colors for each word. I made it look like an ombre effect. I already had the adhesive sheet on my Calypso Coral, so I just kept it all one. And I knew I wanted to add more. You'll see. So for this one, you might not want to do multiple, but it's totally up to you. So again, you're going to do the same thing, slightly different. Let's see if it'll, I wish I had a, what's the word I'm looking for? A screwdriver, so I could tighten it, but Alas, I do not have one, so let's just I think my dogs are a little lost with everyone being back at work and back to school. They've got left in the mudroom many times this week, last week, all sports starting up again and driving here and there and everywhere again. I kind of miss having the kids online like last year. It was a very welcome break from driving, from just the crazy of life. But it's nice to have them be back at school with their friends and be back to their sports, be back to kind of somewhat normal life. We'll see how long that lasts. We had our first letter yesterday saying there's a COVID case at school, but there's no quarantining, so we'll see how long that lasts. Oh, hi Linda, you made it. I don't think you've ever made it when I've been live. You guys are you all done packing up? You're just taking a break. Okay, so you can see I'm not going in between the words since I have two words. Oops, I'm just going around the three words. And you will see why in a minute. Okay, so I've got that all traced out. It's very light, I hope you can see that. And then I'm just going to do a rough, the less paper you have to work around, the better. So if you've got a chunk of paper, just slice it off. And then you're just going to go around and do your fussy cutting. And again, it does not have to be perfect. I know mine isn't. So you can see this paper is already getting in my way, so I'm just going to cut it off. And so I find, and I don't know, I guess it's everybody's own personal preference, but I steer with my left hand. I don't actually, I'm not steering with my scissors, if that makes sense. I'm steering with my other hand. And it makes it much easier than trying to steer with your scissors. And I know this because every once in a while, since I am right hand dominant, I try to steer with my scissors and it just never looks as good. And that's usually, you stop steering if your paper's too big and it's hard to get around, like there. There, so you might say, well, this doesn't seem very stepped up. Oops. Well, that wasn't a very good cut. Nice jagged edge. Okay, so then I'm just going to erase, it's glued, the adhesive sheets hold pretty well. I mean, obviously, if you really wrench on it, it might come unstuck, but I Haven't had any troubles yet. So there, you can see no more lines. We'll get rid of all this. Okay, so this is not really stepped up, is it? It looks pretty similar to my welcome that I had before, like this. So the next step, I'm going to add another piece of paper to this. I'm just gonna make sure it's, I don't have to put a lot of glue, but just make sure it's glued down well, so the edges aren't all sticking up on you. And again, you need to leave enough room that you can have an edge around it. And I'm going to give myself. So once again, you're going to take your compass and hope that it didn't move, so it's about the same. Or you might want it wider, or you might want it thinner. So if you want it wider, you can widen your compass a little. And now you're going to have less detail on this go around, and the more, layer, and you have to be careful too. I'm scratching my paper because I'm pushing a little bit too hard. I think I need to put my pencil out a little bit because I widened it. Just make it easier. There, that's better. Much better. So you just kind of want to have it so that your pencil is sticking out a little bit more than your sharp point, and that way you don't have to push on your paper as hard. See, you're going to lose this little bit of detail, which is fine. So, oops, the more layers you put, the less detail you'll have, but the bonus with that is the easier it is to cut. Oops. There. So then you're going to do the same thing again. And you're going to cut it out. I don't think you need to watch me cut this out. So I'll bring this one out. So I cut a second one, and then I cut a third one with the cherry cobbler. So there's 3 background layers. So it just adds a little bit more oomph. And I wanted to, I love these dahlias. There's the outline, which is what's here, and then the more, what do they call it? What is it called? Not photograph. It doesn't say, of course. Oh, distinctive. A more distinctive look. So I was just going to show you how I did the tricolor flowers. So here's the more photoreal stamp from the set, and I used Petal Pink. You're going to use your lightest color, so that when you go in to put your other colors, you're not contaminating your stamp pads. So then I did Calypso Coral, and I just used a sponge dauber, and just come in with the Calypso Coral, and then I took the cherry cobbler, so it's the same colors as I used in my lettering. And then you're just going to huff to just kind of get it moist again and stamp it down. And you have your beautiful tricolor. You could do like the light all the way around and kind of go through and do like a dark center and then do your calypso coral. Like you can do it in so many different ways, but it's fun to have that variation of color. I find it really makes those flowers pop. I really like those. So again, that's another stamp set that's in our celebration catalog, only available till the end of September. I've lost it now. I just had it, oh, it was at the back. Here it is. Delicate Dahlias, page 14. This one is a $120 purchase product. So you need to spend $120 to get this one for free. But if you love it, it's the only way you can get it. So hopefully you've got a wish list that can get you whatever you wish for. So those are my stepping up cards for today. Keep your eyes open for my class list coming out soon. Don't forget celebrations till the end of September. And speaking of celebration and free stuff, I will be hosting a block party next week. During the week, it'll be part of my Stamping A to Z live as well. As a block party, I am opening to 2 other people. If you want to host, let me know. I have 2 spots. You can invite your friends and you will get the rewards for you and your friends. So hopefully if you have a wish list and you don't have the money, you will get things for free. We have rewards for when you have sales in your party. There's an extra free stamp set right now when your party reaches $375 or more. And there's just lots of stuff. You can apply your rewards to joining. And that was the other thing that's going to end with celebration. We have that awesome joining special on right now where you spend $135. You can choose $165 worth of product. Plus, you get to choose one of these bundles for free on top of that. There's no tax, there's no shipping cost, it's just $135. It does not let you get the celebration items on that order, but whatever else, if you put in your own order, you can get your discount plus your free stuff. So it's a great deal. It's only on for another couple weeks. So I thought I would host a party. There will be some free giveaways. So hopefully you'll join me. I will send out an invite that will be on my Facebook group. So I will watch for an invite for that. And if you want to host a party and you're in Canada, let me know. I can add you to the party and you can have fun with your friends. It's on Facebook, so it's totally no commitment really. You can invite all your friends if they want to show, if they want to watch, they can. They can watch at any time. It's all saved. So yeah, hopefully it'll just be some fun during this busy time. Anyways, hope you had a good week so far. Hopefully you have a great rest of your week, and we will be seeing you next week. Bye.